We're about to stir up some controversy today in the name of getting people over to our lives of us doing NBA watch-alongs starting in October. And this is the top 20 NBA players of all time via WatchMojo.com.
Look, guys, I am, and I will forever be, let me just put it out there, let me just step on the toes right away. Right away. Michael Jordan all day. Then Kobe Bryant. Just because that's my preference. That's my opinion. That's it. I know everyone's like, LeBron, MJ. You're like, no. MJ and the man that trained to be like MJ, Kobe Bryant.
Thank you for saying that. My Carolina ass would have kicked you off this channel had you not said Michael Jordan.
Yeah, no. I mean, everyone's like, wow, LeBron James, and they're probably younger. And that's okay. That's okay. You can be younger.
That's fine.
I'm not faulting you for being younger, but it's Michael Jordan.
Yeah, we'll still welcome you into our lives, and you can roast the hell out of us for that way.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Anyway, you ready to get in this list?
It better be some bangers on this list. There better be some people I'm like, oh yes. Yes.
So you'll be looking to him to fill in the blanks. I'm here absorbing. So let's go.
Let's do it.
3, 2, 1.
LeBron is right there. And when you look across the board, not just scoring, check his assists, check his rebounds. He's probably ahead of Jordan.
Oh my God!
Oh
no! Welcome to Watch Mojo, and for this list, we'll be looking at the best to ever play basketball in the NBA's long and prestigious history.
If you don't want to play that way, don't play that way. Break.
I never saw
Number
that
20.
documentary or that film. No, I wanted to. I just never. I never did. Should I watch it? Guys? Should we watch it?
And he took that personally.
Yeah.
I never watched it. I just remember the memes. That's it.
Break.
Number 20, Elgin Baylor. Baylor is credited as being the league's first ever franchise player, playing for the Lakers, which at the time were an ailing franchise on the verge of bankruptcy, drafted him with the first pick in the 1958 NBA draft. His arrival breathed new life into the team, transforming them into one of the most important and storied sports teams on the planet. In fact, the NBA as a whole would not be the league it is now without Baylor. His acrobatic style of play and ability to play above the rim helped shape the game we know and love today.
I've been to the depth of the ocean with him. I loved him like a brother. And I still do today. This is one of the greatest men I've ever met in my life.
Number 19, Moses Malone. Beginning his career as a member of the ABA's Utah Stars, Moses later joined the NBA later during the merger, where he quickly made his mark as a rebounder.
Nicknamed the chairman of the board for his relentless work as a rebounder, particularly on the offensive glass.
Malone's play on both sides of the court helped earn him his first MVP award in 1979 with the Rockets. He would later replicate that feat in 1982, while also taking the Rockets to the finals and receiving the honor a third time the following year as a member of the 76ers. After that dominant regular season, Moses led the stellar Sixers team on a playoff run that saw them go 12-1, culminating in a sweep of the Lakers, earning Moses a Finals MVP.
Moses is singularly the greatest influence in my NBA career. He taught me how to work hard.
Number 18. Charles Barkley, the round mound of rebound. Sir Charles, Chuck, or whatever you like to call him, came out of arguably one of the greatest draft classes ever in 1984. In fact, he's considered not only one of the greatest basketball players to never win a championship, but one of the greatest athletes in all of professional sports to not accomplish the feat, period. Despite losing to Michael Jordan's Bulls in his lone finals appearance in 1993, he still finished as that year's regular season MVP.
You led your team in assists, you led them in rebounds, you led them in points, and you led them to the best record in the NBA.
Barkley truly excelled in almost every aspect of the sport. In fact, he was only the 4th player to ever finish his career with 20,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, and 4,000 assists.
From Leeds to Auburn to Philadelphia to Phoenix to Houston to TNT, now it finishes up at the Hall of Fame, and I thank y'all.
Number 7.
Okay, this is the first one on the list that I recognize. I mean, again, I'm not a big NBA watcher, but I know who Charles Barkley is as a commentator and all that. So first one on the list I recognize. And
I feel like a lot of people first they saw him in Space Jam.
Oh, okay.
The first one, the original one, the better one, the superior one.
I haven't seen either one to completion. I mean, saw bits and pieces of the first Space Jam, but other than that, definitely haven't seen the second one.
Got it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Barkley was a force for sure.
Yeah.
To TNT, now it finishes up at the Hall of Fame, and I thank y'all.
Number 17, Kevin Garnett. KG broke the mold in a number of ways, starting with his decision to jump straight from high school to the pros. At the time, pundits deemed this a controversial and foolish move, which no player had even attempted in 20 years. However, Garnett soon proved his doubters wrong and immediately made an impact on the Minnesota Timberwolves.
I actually enjoyed just being young and being a kid, man. It was just pure fun.
In his second year, Garnett propelled the T-Wolves to the playoffs for the first time in their history. They would reach the playoffs in each of the next 7 seasons. However, Garnett would soon grow dissatisfied with the supporting cast and was shipped to the Boston Celtics, where he formed one of the NBA's first Big 3 super teams alongside Paul Pierce and Ray Allen. Soon after joining the Celtics, Garnett was finally able to lift the Larry O'Brien trophy.
Anything's possible. Anything's possible!
Number 6.
That just has to be unheard of these days, of jumping from high school to the pros. Well, not even considering college.
Yeah. I mean, look at like LeBron. I think he did it. Yeah, and I think Kobe did it too.
Oh, okay. Again, I'm learning here, y'all.
But I'm just saying, yeah, man, it's pretty insane to be that good, to hold your own and go to a pro level right out of high school. Because my God,
that's just another talent level right there.
That's insane to be able to do that.
100%.
Anything's possible!
Number 16, Steph Curry.
Curry, way downtown, bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry!
This point guard fundamentally revolutionized three-point shooting in basketball. While the NBA has had its share of three-point specialists throughout the years, the concept behind shooting threes were generally seen as a novelty shot or employed in emergency buzzer-beater situations. That all changed with Curry. Since Curry and his Golden State Warriors won the NBA Finals in 2015, teams across the league have put more emphasis on outside shooting. But the fact of the matter is that no one can shoot like Steph. His playing ability has cemented him as the greatest shooter of all time, while also being a key contributor into turning the Warriors into a dynasty.
His ability to give the ball up, the ability to play off the ball, his ability to pass the ball with both hands, and also his ability to go in there and, like we talked about, he's a great finisher. People don't give him credit because we see the half-court shots that he make, but he's a great finisher with both hands. He takes contact well. So, I mean, this guy's phenomenal.
Number 5.
Wow. So I guess one of my girlfriends is from the Bay Area, is a diehard Golden State Warriors fan, and now I get it because of Steph Curry, pioneering the three-pointer there.
It's just like he doesn't fucking miss. Like, I bet he's like taking off-balance shots that you're like, you don't do, and he just makes them. I'm like, some people are just built for that. And one person is at least built for that, and that's Steph Curry.
Yeah. Now I get it.
He take contact well, so I mean, this guy's phenomenal.
Number 15, Kevin Durant. At nearly 7 foot with a 7'5" wingspan, KD combines the great shooting and off-the-dribble quickness of a much smaller player with the reach of a big man. His ability to effortlessly drive the lane or shoot from essentially anywhere on the court makes him nearly unguardable. Best of all, he's only gotten better over the years. What's also impressive about Durant is how he can seamlessly fit into a number of different systems with ease. A notable example of this was when he joined the Golden State Warriors in 2016.
2-on-1, and he goes all the way!
With his skill set and playing alongside the likes of Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, he won back-to-back titles and finals MVPs with the team. Number 14.
Yeah, someone of that stature, how do you beat someone like that?
You can't. And plus, he's a local. He's part of our DMV.
Right.
AD
right.
is I would say a DMVer for sure.
Yep.
So, oh yeah, love Kevin Durant, and Steve Francis is one of mine. He's not going to make this list. And Joe Smith, another Marylander. So, we run deep out here for sure.
Give me more details in the comments, y'all, please.
Yeah.
He won back-to-back titles and finals MVPs with the team. Number 14, Jerry West.
2 seconds, 1 second. West throws it up. He makes it.
It takes someone truly special to become the literal logo for the NBA. Yep. Of course, there was more to Jerry West than just iconography. Drafted by the freshly relocated Lakers, West spent his entire 14-year career in LA, making it to the finals an incredible 9 times. He even took home the first ever NBA Finals MVP, which gave him the unfortunate honor of being the only player to win it while losing the series. For a time, West's teams were unable to clear the final hurdle, but they were finally able to get over the hump in 1972 when the Lakers defeated the Knicks.
The thing that I'm most proud of, obviously, was the fact that we were able to win for the city of Los Angeles, and more importantly, with people that I love playing with, and for a coach that is one of the greatest people I've ever been around in my life.
Number 13, Hakeem Olajuwon. Throughout the years, more and more players outside of the United States have left their mark in the NBA. One such player is Hakeem Olajuwon. Raised in Nigeria, he helped set a blueprint for overseas players to achieve success in basketball. Some of his most notable accolades include becoming the first non-American to become an All-Star and an MVP.
Congratulations, the 1994 NBA Most Valuable Player.
Olajuwon quickly established himself as one of the best big men in the NBA's history and would go on to win back-to-back championships with the Houston Rockets in 1994 and 1995. As of the time of writing, Olajuwon is also one of only 4 men to ever record a quadruple-double and is the all-time leader in blocks.
And a steal by Strickland, a lazy pass. Olajuwon blocks it away.
Number 12.
Wow, I didn't realize it was like that recent that non-Americans have been coming in and playing for these NBA teams. I didn't realize that was like 94 that he became an all-star or whatever that was.
Well, I mean, think about it. Like, think about the sport and how long it took to reach the other parts of the world.
Right.
And for them to develop the infrastructure and the training and the just to harness the raw talent to ship over. Now there's tons of foreign basketball players, or you know what I mean?
Basketball players, yeah.
Yeah. So and he like they said, he paved the way. He was a defensive powerhouse, man.
Yeah, trailblazer, as it were.
He was. I feel like he's up there with Dikembe Mutombo. That they were. I feel like Dikembe Mutombo and Olajuwon. I mean, obviously you can't. I mean, Shaq too, up there with just powerhouses on defense. I wonder if they make the list. I don't know what number we're at right now, but yeah,
like number 12 or something. I want to say.
Yeah, there's still a lot more to go, but this list so far, I agree with. And Jerry West, you cannot have a list without Jerry West. The dude is the NBA logo. That little guy, like
that guy. That's him.
That's him. So he is the NBA.
Yeah, he is him.
Yeah. Oh God.
Man.
By Strickland, a lazy pass. Olajuwon blocks it away.
Number 12, Wilt Chamberlain. Legendary for different reasons off the court, Chamberlain was possibly the most dominant center to ever play the game. A two-time NBA champion with the Philadelphia 76ers and the Los Angeles Lakers. Chamberlain measured in at 7 feet 1 inches and weighed between 275 and 300 pounds. Wilt held several NBA records in scoring and rebounding and won several titles for both, due to him being the only player to obtain an average of 30 points and 20 rebounds a game, while also scoring the most points ever in a single game with 100. Number 11, Bill Russell.
Wow. And that's another one that's I've heard outside, don't know too much about, Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah, he is. He's a legend, man. I mean, my God, but 100 points in a game is nuts.
Yeah,
Nuts.
That's crazy.
Most points ever in a single game with 100. Number 11, Bill Russell. One of the greatest centers ever, Russell played his entire career with the Boston Celtics and was instrumental in maintaining the Celtics' dominant dynasty during the 60s. As a 5-time NBA Most Valuable Player, Russell was known for his excellent defense and shot blocking. For 4 different seasons, he led the entire league in rebounds. To this day, he remains the second best of all time when it comes to both rebounds per game and total rebounds. He is also one of just 7 players in history to have an NBA championship, NCAA championship, and a gold medal from the Olympics. That's quite the exclusive club. Number 10, Larry Bird.
Like that right there. Before we get to Larry Bird, that's a heck of a resume right there.
That's a hell of a lot where you're coming from right there. Jesus.
Pretty much.
That's quite the exclusive club. Number 10, Larry Bird. Playing his entire career with the Celtics, the Bird is probably the best forward ever. Along with Magic Johnson and later Michael Jordan, Larry was instrumental in bringing the NBA into the national spotlight. The rivalry between Larry's Celtics and Magic's Lakers was legendary. Bird was named an NBA All-Star 12 times and the NBA's league's most valuable player for 3 consecutive seasons. He was also part of the U.S. Olympic Dream Team and won 3 NBA championships. But more than that, Larry Bird was known as a defensive force and one of the league's toughest players. Number 9.
Wow. Is, again, one that I've heard of outside, don't know too much about, but, like, yeah. What do you think?
Larry Bird is like, I don't think top player in the NBA could cover what he was. He's one of the legends. Like, if there's a Mount Rushmore of the NBA, Larry Bird and the next one, Magic Johnson, have to be on the Mount Rushmore of the NBA. That's that status, like, without a doubt. They're just goated. You know.
All right, cool, man. I'm probably going to recognize the rest of these players, so I'm not going to pause just to say that I recognize them.
As a defensive force and one of the league's toughest players. Number 9, Magic Johnson. Magic led the Showtime Lakers from 1979 to 1991. In his first NBA season, he won both an NBA championship and an MVP. Over his playing career, the NBA awarded him 3 MVPs, 12 All-Star appearances, and 10 total All-NBA first and second team nominations. He was a member of the Olympic Dream Team and won 5 NBA championships in total. In 1991, he abruptly retired after announcing he had contracted HIV, leaving many to wonder how great Magic could have been if he hadn't retired so early.
Man, it's one of those coulda, shoulda, wouldas.
Yep.
Man, that's a shame, especially around that time. HIV was a news item.
Yes, it was. Yeah, he dipped out and disappeared for a minute.
Yeah,
and he became, I think, a huge advocate of its research and treatment. You know, because oh man, yeah.
I'm glad to hear that. I mean, not glad to hear that he went through that, but glad that his stature and how famous he was able to bring attention to it.
Yeah, he was one of those that poured into the community where he was from to elevate it as a whole. And I was like, I think he has some, I want to say either a lifetime achievement. Like, he has a lot of accolades in the public sector, not just not just basketball. Like he's achieved a lot personally.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Many to wonder how great Magic could have been if he hadn't retired so early. Number 8, Tim Duncan. The big fundamental left the league the same way he entered it, humbly and quietly. Often called the greatest power forward of all time, Tim Duncan was selected to both All-NBA and All-Defensive teams in each of his first 13 seasons. With the Spurs, he won 5 NBA championships and was a 3-time Final MVP and 2-time League MVP. Impressively, he accomplished all this during the Kobe and the LeBron eras. Or maybe it was the Tim Duncan era this whole time.
I don't know. That's a hell of a claim. What do you think?
When I was growing up, I really followed basketball hard, during high school. And Tim Duncan was everywhere. It was Duncan, Garnett, all the time. Duncan and Garnett were some of the players that were like daily names. So I would agree. I didn't really think when I was watching him, I don't think I know enough or I've seen enough of Duncan's tapes or footage from Duncan's play to make any judgment. I think for this, I'll take their word for it because loads of great basketball players have been out there. But I mean, his accolades right there. Look, 6 championships.
Yeah.
Or 5, or what they say? 5?
5 or 6.
5.
Yeah. But is that like the average span is like 15 years of an NBA player?
Depends, man. I mean, some people just like fade out. The greats obviously retire. The lesser known ones kind of just hang around forever, it seems, and they're still playing and they're way past their playing age. So I don't know. Maybe he bowed out at the right time or at his age. He just dipped.
Yeah. They did say in this one that he went in and out of the NBA quietly.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was the Tim Duncan era this whole time. Number 7, Oscar Robertson.
Here is a man of significance. Gold medalist, All-American, NBA champion, Hall of Famer, one of the NBA's 50 greatest, an unprecedented all-around performer, and a fearless pioneer.
Making his debut in the 60s, the NBA and its fans had yet to see anyone like Oscar Robertson. Talented all around, he was an incredible shooter, rebounder, and playmaker. With this impressive and diverse skill set, he would average a triple-double during the 1961-62 regular season, something that wouldn't be replicated for 55 years. That stat becomes even more impressive when you realize assists were more stringent and the three-point line wouldn't be instituted till after his retirement. He is often credited for paving the way for big guards in the decades to come and even popularizing the head fake and fadeaway jumper.
Wow, that's some trailblazing right there.
Yep. That's the thing. It's like it's tough with the NBA because you split it up into like these golden eras of certain teams, and it's the people that grew up in a certain era, at least the fans of the game in a certain era, I would say you have to pay respects to the Trailblazers before, you have to throw a nod their way and realize there's been multiple best eras of all time.
So like different rule regulations for different eras. So maybe the comparison isn't as fair between eras, you would say.
Yeah, I feel like that's when like I'm not gonna try to harp on this, but it's just obviously the most relevant, like the Jordan LeBron talk, just completely different eras. Basically, the Pistons were able to do a flying elbow to your face during those times, and it's the game has changed. It has evolved, but you could say that one era isn't necessarily. I don't know. Whatever. The Piston era, the dirty Piston era.
Yeah.
They were just some thugs, man. They would beat you up. They would dump you in, you know. Whereas now there's a lot more rules and regs for a lot of stuff that was having be done on the court then. So it's a tough comparison. It's
yeah. I can relate to that as a NASCAR fan. You know, Petty versus Earnhardt versus Johnson. You know, 3 completely different eras, different championship styles, different cars. So to hear that different rules and regulations throughout different series, I can relate to that.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, it's like Michael Jordan, the greatest of all time. Yes. Could you say LeBron James, greatest of all time? You could say that. Yes, and it'd still be valid.
Yeah. Just like you could say Petty is the best of all time, like Johnson's the best of all time.
Yeah.
One
of those.
Oh yeah.
Number 6, Julius Erving.
He became a cult figure.
Yeah.
Everywhere we went, all they wanted to do was see Julius.
If you came to see him play, you was gonna leave there shaking your head saying, man, that kid flat out play.
Although well-renowned in the ABA, Dr. J unquestionably made his mark in the NBA as well. He went on to play in 16 NBA seasons, and each one saw his team reach the playoffs. In that time, he helped popularize one of the most recognizable ways to score in basketball, the slam dunk. He brought a combination of finesse, power, and raw intimidation to the move that hadn't been seen before, most notably on display when he posterized Bill Walton in the '77 finals and also when he rocked the baby.
Stolen, I think, by the doctor. Yes, he's got it. Here he comes. Way rock the baby to sleep and slam dunk. And yet another Laker turnover.
That right there. In a vernacular, a slam dunk is you accomplish something very easily. He is the man that pioneered that.
Love that, dude. I think, and in the comment section, guys, please police me on this. I think he was the one that did the insane. It was some sort of insane, either shot or was it a dunk? I think it was a shot. He shot behind the backboard to make it.
Behind the backboard?
He was like going out, and I think the backboard is here. He was over here and he shot it and made it. It was like, what just happened? So, you know, Dr. J, man, and like in our lifetime, he's still, you know, he was still kicking when we were young. He was on a bunch of commercials.
Yeah. Just like the next one we're about to check out.
Yep.
Way rock the baby to sleep and slam dunk. And yet another Laker turnover.
Number 5, Shaquille O'Neal. Originally drafted by the Orlando Magic, Shaq rose to championship-level dominance with the Los Angeles Lakers. As part of one of the greatest duos of all time, along with Kobe Bryant, O'Neal would win 3 straight NBA championships. All 3 times he was the Finals MVP. He was also selected to 15 All-Star games, where he picked up 3 All-Star MVPs as well. After a rift developed between him and Lakers management, he was traded to Miami, where he won another championship. Many wonder how many more he could have won if he stayed in LA with the Black Mamba, but our guess is all of them.
Yeah, about to say, like, I recognize Shaq from pretty much everywhere else other than NBA. He's like in almost every single commercial you could think of.
This man is a 100% hustler, grind. Not just that, philanthropic as hell. You know, I've heard from all over the internet that he is one of the nicest human beings out there.
Yeah.
And all of that being said, he was a dominant force to go up against. You know, and the Lakers, not the Lakers, the Orlando Magic days, he was a lot slimmer, but he was still very, very tenacious, you know, for sure. And
right.
he was formidable opponent for damn sure.
Got it.
LA with the Black Mamba, but our guess is all of them. Number 4, Kobe Bryant. Kobe was legendary for his work ethic and intensity. Several players of the era were known to wilt under the pressure and expectations Kobe put on his teammates. Playing his entire career with the Lakers, he won 5 NBA championships, an MVP, and scored over 33,000 points. His will to win and dominate his opponents was legendary. Oh, and he once scored 81 points, putting him right behind Wilt Chamberlain for most points scored in one game. Put Kobe on the team with any other player besides Jordan, and there will be no question who the king of the court is.
Oh my God. 86 in one game.
That must have been nuts. If I was a coach and this man just scored, if he scored 70 points, I'd be like, just give the ball to him. He's in the zone. He's not going to miss. Just give it to him, because at that point he's hit his stride. Like, don't pull him out. Let him keep scoring until he misses.
Yeah. Was he still playing in 2020, or had he retired at that point?
He'd retired at that point.
Oh, okay. So it's not a case of coulda, woulda, shoulda, but that was still the first tragedy of 2020.
Yeah.
F whatever happened after that.
Oh my God.
That was the big tragedy of 2020.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, it was, man.
Yeah.
Fucking. Oh,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Besides Jordan, and there will be no question who the king of the court is. Number 3, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. In a league full of great centers, Kareem was maybe the best. Originally drafted by Milwaukee, my hometown, he won 1 championship with the Bucks and then went on to win 5 more with Magic and the Showtime Lakers. He was the arch nemesis of Wilt Chamberlain, and his legendary skyhook was nearly unblockable. When he retired, he was the league's all-time leader in scoring with 38,387 points. He was also an all-time leader in minutes played, made field goals, blocks, and rebounds. Outside of Jordan and Bryant, there aren't many players who come close to his level of greatness.
Wow. Another one. Yeah, I knew his name, but I don't know too much about him as a player.
I mean, he was an airplane. So
yeah, I see that.
Yeah, I was like, I remember watching that film. I was like, that's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Like, love that. Love that.
Right.
Oh, man.
Number 2, LeBron James. LeBron James came to the NBA as perhaps one of the most hyped players ever, and he lived up to the hype and went on to be one of the most physically gifted athletes to ever play as a small forward. But James put himself at the center of controversy when he decided to leave his hometown team and join Dwayne Wade's Miami Heat to form a super team. It's a move that resulted in 2 championships, and LeBron would win a 3rd after returning to Cleveland and then a 4th upon joining the Lakers. As of the time of writing, James has also played for 19 NBA All-Star teams while earning 3 All-Star MVPs in addition to his 4 NBA MVPs and 4 Finals MVPs.
Wow. So I'm going to recreate the meme here. Why would he not be the greatest of all time? Have I created it?
I think so.
Okay. But any rebuttals to that one?
No, dude, I have none, man. For me personally, he just doesn't. My world was dominated by Michael Jordan. You know, I was very late to it. Remember, I was born 87. So
right.
And by the time I really paid attention to basketball, he was just getting out.
Oh,
but,
okay.
But the players that inspired me were drawing inspiration and telling tales of Michael Jordan. And I'm like, damn, if these guys are telling Michael Jordan stories, let me go down his journey. And it was like, oh, it was different, man. Different.
Yeah. But not of LeBron James.
No,
LeBron James. Sorry, were you creating a meme? Go ahead.
I stopped watching basketball after all that. You know what happened was the dynasties died off.
Right. Okay.
Like the big dynasties, like the Bulls had the dynasty, and then you had your Lakers dynasty, and you could call for a short time. The Celtics had their dynasties. The dynasties of the past, the big powerhouse teams, they all started getting shuffled, and people would spend 2 years here, then 2 years there, and it's like a money grab. And I'm like, guys, I'm not going to be pulled into the drama of millionaires trying to make more millions. And I'm like, I'm over it. It became that, and I'm like,
Understood.
it's not a good look. And so I just stepped away.
Got it. Let's see what they got to say about MJ.
Yeah.
Before we continue,
oh my God, what if they didn't put him on the list?
And ring.
That would be so funny if that would be the biggest troll move of all time.
Oh,
I'm just assuming they're gonna put MJ at the top.
Yeah, right. Me too. But like, what if they didn't? Oh my God, I would. Mojo would raise one bar for me, and they'd be at a 1 because they would troll that hard.
Mm-hmm.
I would love that.
All right, let's see.
Ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Michael Jordan. Were you really expecting anyone else? His airness was a member of 6 championship teams, achieved 2 3-peats, and won 5 MVP awards. He was a 10-time All-NBA First Team, 9-time All-Defensive First Team, and a 14-time All-Star selection. He briefly retired in 1994 to try his hand at baseball, but returned in 1995 and won 3 more titles with the Chicago Bulls. Jordan led his Bulls to a thin record 72 regular season wins. He also holds the NBA record for all-time regular season scoring percentage and highest career playoff scoring average. Air Jordan is easily the greatest player to ever play the game of basketball. Let us know in the comments below who you think is the GOAT.
Wow. Yeah, who else are you going to put up there? Seriously.
Yeah. Juwan Howard. Wait, what? The fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
But you know what? This is a good question to ask the community. If you had a Mount Rushmore, who's your Mount Rushmore of the NBA? Personally, who would you put? Who would you put? Because listen, it's not about 1 and 2. Let's give me a bunch. Who's your Mount Rushmore of NBA players?
Yeah, give us 4 or 5.
4 or 5. It can be different eras. It can be, mix and match if you want to. Because I mean, all of them are arguable. But I'm interested to know because who they love, who they follow. Like, I feel like you kind of get a feel of when they were growing up in which era, and that's cool to hear some old names in the mix. Like, But yeah, I'm surprised for all you guys listening. Robert Parrish didn't make the list, which was odd for me. And I don't know. What about Clyde Drexler? Like, guys, I'm just asking them because those are some old era basketball players. Michael Jordan era, put it that way.
Michael Jordan era, yeah.
But I like this list though because it did a lot. It had a lot of players from the beginning NBA, like not the Michael Jordan era, and not the Johnson or Larry Bird era. They did a lot of the Wilt Chamberlain era, like those guys, which I do appreciate on a list.
Awesome, and I'm here to learn, so I'll be looking at these comments as well, and feel free to come into our lives when we do those watch parties starting in October and November. All right?
Yeah, for sure.
Let's talk about it there. Help educate me and go sound off with him.
Yes, definitely. There's a lot of basketball I have not watched. There's a lot of basketball. My basketball is lacking a good. I think it's safe to say 10 years because we've been almost at this for 3.5 years. 2 before that, I still wasn't watching basketball. Yeah, give me a good 10-year block where I didn't watch any NBA.
All right. Let's hear it. Be sure your notification bell is on. That way you don't miss it when we do go live. And come on in. Let's have a chat. How about that?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
What should they do after that, Dan?
Unplug and do something legendary, guys.
We'll see y'all in the next one.
Later.